have a high technical aptitude? Are you an excellent problem solver? Have you got good communication skills? Can you follow health and safety procedures in a factory environment? If you've said yes to these questions, the occupation of textile machine mechanic might be the one for you. Textile machinery mechanics are responsible for the setting up and adjusting of industrial machines used in the production of yarn, knitted, woven and non-woven textiles. They also carry out maintenance and general repairs on these machines. The duties carried out by textile machinery mechanics will depend on their employer and the area on textile production in which they work. Textile machine mechanics study the blueprints and manufacturer's manuals to establish the correct installation or operation of the equipment. Where necessary, they teach machine operators how to operate the equipment. In some factories, textile machine mechanics prepare the equipment before production runs. The adjustments may involve a manual setup, or if working with computerized systems, they may enter codes and instructions to program the equipment. Before production runs, the mechanic carries out tests and verifies that the machinery is properly set up. If there's a breakdown during production, the mechanic will check for machine error messages or use information obtained from the machine operators to diagnose equipment problems. They use specialized test equipment to carry out diagnostics, troubleshoot the problem, and get the unit back into production in as short a time as possible. The machinery and equipment is serviced at specified intervals. The mechanics disassemble the machines, they clean and lubricate moving parts and look for signs of excessive wear. They replace any worn parts. Once the equipment has been reassembled, they run tests to check that the equipment is ready for production. The mechanic updates the service and maintenance records for each machine. They also update the spare parts and materials inventory and requisition new stocks of parts. Textile machine mechanics might be expected to recommend equipment changes or modifications where necessary. As production equipment and machinery becomes more sophisticated, textile machine mechanics attend specialized training courses regarding the setup, running and maintenance of such equipment. These mechanics work in a factory environment and may be expected to work shifts based on the production schedule. Scheduled maintenance is often carried out over weekends or at night to prevent production breaks. Safety clothing and equipment is often mandatory when working on the factory floor. Although there are no formal entry requirements for the occupation of textile machinery mechanics, experience as a worker in the textile industry is often an advantage. Training as a mechanic in other industries would be favourable. On-the-job training is given for the specific equipment to be maintained. With experience, progression to supervisory positions is possible. Advancement in the textile industry may involve becoming machine-operated trainers. Progression to other areas such as quality control or research and development is also possible. Some mechanics choose to leave the textile industry and use their skills with other types of production equipment. Further training would be required in such instances.